Hi everyone, it's Time Travel Reviews, and today we're looking at the second film of Steven Spielberg's animation company Amblimation, known as We're Back, and it's a time travel movie! Okay, so I'm going to talk about the rest of the American Tail movies another time, but today we're going to talk about We're Back. This came out in 1993, that vacant Disney Renaissance year where a stop-motion animated film ruled and environmental animation films sucked. This was also the year that Steven Spielberg made Jurassic Park, the highest grossing movie of all time at the time, but for some reason Spielberg decided that he wanted his animation company to make a movie about dinosaurs too, perhaps so he could make a film to lean back on when angry parents complained about their children having nightmares over Jurassic Park. Now, Steven Spielberg was involved with another animated dinosaur film 5 years earlier, you guessed it, The Land Before Time. And why he didn't just release a sequel to that like he did with An American Tail as his kid's dinosaur flick, we will never know. Perhaps the studio got bored of making sequels and wanted to try something new. And something new they got with We're Back. This was actually adapted from a children's book of the same name, I hope very loosely, otherwise I'll be asking why this book was so popular enough to garner a movie in the first place. So anyway, the movie is about some scientist played by Walter Cronkite who, using a time machine, goes back to prehistoric times to collect dinosaurs. Upon doing so, feeds them cereal to make them smart with the help of this flying alien thing, so that he can send them dinosaurs down to children who apparently all wish for dinosaurs. And this is all told by a flashback from a dinosaur called Rex who plays golf and talks to a bluebird who's been teased by his siblings. So yeah, the plot's pretty interesting. The whole idea of it all is that the scientist has a wish radio, and he finds that for some reason kids all around the world want to see dinosaurs, and for that reason he decides to make them smart and send them down to explore the streets of the 20th century. Isn't there any better way of helping kids, giving them wishes, than just sending down dangerous prehistoric creatures? Isn't there anything else he can do with the futuristic technology he has? Apparently the 20th century is the middle future, so does this guy come from the Dark Ages or something? Then why does he have this space/time machine? I'm confused. So anyway, when the dinosaurs come down to the city, they meet a kid who isn't at all fazed by them being dinosaurs or anything. This kid meets a girl in an awkward forced relationship. She's voiced by Lisa Simpson. Both of these kids have really flawed backstories, and they aren't, let's just say, very realistic characters. But anyway, the authorities find that these dinosaurs in town and chase them down, and it goes from there. We eventually meet this strange antagonist called Screw Eyes, who is apparently the scientist's brother. His motives are unexplained, but his main intention in life is apparently to scare little kids. Firstly, why is this guy just hanging around in the early 90s in New York City? And why the hell did the scientist send the dinosaurs down to a specific time, knowing that his evil brother was around? Look, he even warns him about him. The logic in this movie is screwed. This movie tries very hard also to be cool and funny, but fails. It tries to give messages which just end up being contrived and done completely wrong. What it doesn't try to do is make any sense whatsoever. There's a lot to dislike about this movie, and not too much honestly to like. It has one or two funny lines, the animation is great. One thing I do like about this movie though is some of its ideas. Its idea of using time travel to make people happier, the wish radio, the cereal that increases intelligence, its themes about the different monsters and loving creatures. Unfortunately the film doesn't execute anything right at all. The script just seems rushed. But I think the strangest thing about this movie is that I actually kinda like it. Why, you may ask? Well, there's 4 reasons. 1, the animation is nice and very good to look at. 2, the music by James Horner is wonderful as usual. 3, the movie is fast-paced enough that I don't really feel bored by it at all. Astonished by its badness, but never really bored. And it's only an hour long. And 4, I was in a good mood when I watched this. It was in the middle of the school holidays when no one was home and I'd ordered pizza to eat by myself. Oh yeah. But yeah, I've been known to like bad animated films before. Just look at my top 10 films I watched in 2011, where I listed The Pebbles the Penguin as my number 2 spot. So yeah, don't take it from me. The movie's bad, there's nothing redeeming about it, nothing you can take out of it, and it's really stupid, and often just not really that funny. It's just nonsensical and disjointed. It feels like one of those movies that you watch as a kid and then 20 years later you remember a bit of it and wonder if it was actually real, or just one of your drug trip fantasies. I can't recommend it, I don't even know if kids will like it, but if you like bad animated films, you might want to give this one a look. I give it a 5.5 out of 10.